Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm going to be your tech today. Can I just check your wristband? Can you confirm your last name and date of birth?
February 10/2/1994.
Okay. Is there any chance at all you could be pregnant?
Mm-mm.
All right. Your doctor ordered an upper GI today. You haven't had anything to eat since last night? No gum chewing, mints, nothing like that? Do you smoke?
Yes.
Have you smoked since last night?
No.
Okay. All right. What we're going to do is let you change first. While you change, I'm going to set everything up. So I need everything off. Pants, underwear can stay on as long as there's nothing shiny or metal or zippers or snaps or anything. You can leave that on. Shoes and socks can stay on. Top and bra off though, with this gown on open to the back. Okay. You can lock everything in your locker and then just wait there and I'll come get you. All right. So I would set this while she's in there. Now the KUB Scout, you got to think about this, right? Because the Scout is not fluoro, so the Scout is back to 10 mass and 80 kVp, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not fluoro yet. So we set that, bring this in here. All right, now I probably wouldn't have the pad on the table. I might leave it on for the Scout, but recognize that when I stand the table up, I'm gonna have to take that pad off, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then when I stand the table up, I would also move the Bucky at that point down to bring out the Bucky slot shield, but I do need to do my Scout first, so none of that can really take place. All right, that's set, shield. Excuse me. All right, Charlie, right in here for me. I'm just gonna let you have a seat up on the table there for a second. What kind of problems are you having that your doctor ordered this?
Just a little bit of like constipation.
Okay. Any issues with your stomach?
It kind of, I'm having a hard time eating. I guess that it's keeping it down.
Okay. Are you vomiting or?
I'm not vomiting, but it makes me really nauseous.
Okay. When you eat or when you don't eat?
When I don't eat. Or
Okay.
when I do eat.
When you do eat? Okay. And then you have constipation as well?
Mm-hmm.
How long has that been going on for?
About a week.
Okay. All right. Ever had this before? Any surgery to your abdomen at all?
No.
All right. We already established you did follow your prep and you're not pregnant. Any pain associated with that at all?
It's a little painful.
Okay. Does anything make it better? Okay, well what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take one picture before we start just to kind of check everything out, make sure everything looks okay. We'll clear that. Once we clear that, I'm gonna have you off the table. I'm gonna stand the table up and we're gonna have you drinking some barium when the radiologist comes in. It's kind of a chalky flavor. We can add some chocolate or strawberry syrup to it to make it a little bit better. It's not horrible, kind of coats. He'll have you moving around on the table, taking some pictures while you drink. And then at some point we'll lay the table down. We'll have you continue to roll around on there and take some more pictures. And then once he leaves the room, I'll need to get a few additional ones and then we'll be all set. Okay? Do you have any questions for me that you can think of? No? All right, go ahead and lie back on your back for me. We'll get started. All right, I'm gonna just not lay that on your lap because I'm doing a Scout. And we can't shield for the Scout. All right, so I gotta make sure I'm aligned and that I'm in detent. Aligned, detent, open to 14 by 17 lengthwise. All right, make sure she's in the middle, which she does look pretty good in the middle. I'll check, I won't slack. Yep, she's in the middle. Xiphoid running down the middle of my finger, iliac crest, okay. Iliac crest and midline, greater trochanter, Pubic symphysis looks like I'm right with the light, but in reality my IR comes below, so I feel like I'm good with that. Left marker. In the lower left. Good. What I'm gonna have you do is take in a deep breath, then you'll blow that breath all out and hold it out for me, okay? All right, go ahead, take in a deep breath. Blow it all out, hold it out, be good. You can breathe and relax. Now, at this point, I would have to set the control panel for fluoroscopy, which means that I'd have to energize the fluoro tube and give it technique on here or on the screen so that it could do fluoro. So there really wouldn't be a technique on here. It would be under fluoro upper GI study. When you do that, you'd come back in here. At this point, I would move the x-ray tube completely out of the way, kind of like we did in Ormond. I would bring the Bucky all the way down to bring out the Bucky slot shield. I would likely already have the footboard on there. A lot of times in those rooms, the footboard's always attached unless they don't need it or they don't want it, but usually it's on there. I would have her get up at that point. I would stand the table upright with her not on it. You typically don't leave the patient on there. If she was really hard to get on the table, I might do that, but I would go really, really slow, and I'd probably have somebody else in the room with me making sure she didn't go anywhere when she went up. So once I have it standing up, I would clear that scout, or I would have cleared the scout, have it up, have my barium out, my compression paddle, my lead aprons for the radiologist and myself, anything else that I might need. Fizzy crystals, I can show you in here when you guys are playing. There actually is. Sorry, Z. There is thin barium. The old is blue, thick barium. 2 thick bariums. There are medicine cups. These are fizzy crystals. You would pour these in one, pour water in the other, so they get a shot of water. There's also everything. There used to be another packet. Easy crystals, easy gas. They could come like this too if they don't look like this. Okay, so when you guys play, I expect you to legit play. So you could have the barium out, whether it's thin or thick. Just recognize now that would be green if it's thick. And then those are the crystals. And you can use them for each room. The radiologist would come in. This sounds weird, but you want to introduce your patient to your radiologist, or some radiologists will come in and say, "Hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so" right away. If they don't, introduce them because it's awkward for the patient. Radiologists might be looking at something, focused on the contrast, focused on the history, but introduce the two of them and provide any answers that you can for the radiologist. Or if you know she has questions, tell him she has a few questions before we start. Just make it as not awkward as you can between the two of them, okay? She would be erect LPO, like at the end of the table, in an erect LPO with the barium in her left hand. The fluoro tower would be there, and we would take images as she's drinking. He would have her turning, like put her back, maybe turn sideways, turn over, like whatever positions. And then at some point, he'll hand me the barium. She would go back to her back. The table would go to lay down. At that point, I would probably keep my hand on her and put the pillow underneath her. And once she's laying down, he would likely give her the barium back, have her roll in different positions, and then at some point, he's gonna walk out of the room. It took me longer to explain probably than it does to do all that. They're usually pretty quick about it. Once he leaves the room, then I'm gonna go ahead and get my 4 overheads.